All right, Meg, I talked about it many, many times. I like LMNT. I like it in still water and mixing the powder in there, but I really love it over ice with some bubbles.
Yeah, so they now have their sparkling LMNT. It comes in the same flavors. So grapefruit salt is one of my favorites. Also, I think you have watermelon.
I do like the watermelon.
Salt, that one's really, really good.
And there's a citrusy one.
Yeah, so they have all the same flavors, but now it comes in a can of bubbles. You can go snag that. If you're not and you just want to try LMNT, you can get a free sample pack with any drink mix purchase by going to drinkelement.com/thedrop.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop, our weekly podcast about essential learnings.
Essential oils.
Yes, and fragrances.
Dude, are you allergic to those?
I'm allergic to something.
Okay, you know how Thomas has been talking about all the coughing stuff?
Oh, yeah?
Every time I hit Harbor East, I immediately start coughing.
On your runs?
Yes.
I think we have allergies.
I'm like, what is happening?
A matter of fact, when we're going to the trail run tonight, I need to take like an Allegro
Yeah.
or something before I go because I'll die.
Yeah. Well, when we were shooting those photos the other day, that stuff floating in the air, it would look like we were in Stranger Things. Like
Upside
in the
down
upside
world?
down. Yeah, I was.
Was it pollen?
Okay,
I don't know.
as long as you're going to bring up the photos, let's talk about it. First off, phenomenal modeling job, Robbie.
Thank you.
You made my job easy.
It was good.
We got some sexy photos.
Yeah, we did. If you don't, we're not talking about our OnlyFans account that's coming later this summer.
Sucking into shoes.
Yeah. Foot sucking, whole bunch of foot sucking thanks to Mizuno and Neo Vista.
Did you see the rabbit preview video?
No.
You double down.
I died at that one, Carl.
I don't even remember what I talked
Dude,
about.
our channel is changing.
Okay. Yeah, might as well lean into it. But no, we have the I feel weird saying this, but the Robbe Raccoon Fractel Legionnaire signature hat.
Wait, why do you feel weird saying it?
It feels like,
Do you want me to say it?
yeah.
We have an amazing Fractel hat that was inspired by Robbie. We created a hat with Fractel that is basically the essence of Robbie on your head.
Yeah. But is that
Via
a good,
Legionnaire.
Is that a good selling point?
I think that a lot of people seemed excited when we posted the raccoon cartoon picture.
Yeah.
People are excited about this drop.
Okay.
I think this might be the best collaboration hat in running history.
It's
Like
pretty
if you look
insane.
at look at any other collaboration hat.
Yeah, Kafuzi, you don't got anything on this. Hate to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, it really, I mean, even hats that we've done in the past, we've pretty much stayed with the regular style hat that doesn't have a dress on it.
Yeah, the mullet of hat running.
Why don't you describe
running
this hat?
I mean, a Legionnaire has the cape in the back that protects your neck and the side from the sun. Has a little snap underneath. Give you
What makes yours special?
grandmama kind of look? So this is the Robbe Raccoon one. So if you're watching the YouTube version, you can obviously see what this looks like, or on Spotify.
Even on Spotify now.
Yeah. But it's basically has a raccoon stitched in logo, by the way, really nice quality. Logo
I believe it's called embroidered.
embroidered, yeah, on the front with a raccoon type logo with a Believe in the Run logo for eyes and mouth, and then has my signature on it. Don't be forging that, all you scoundrels out there.
Writing checks.
Yeah. Which, by the way, why do we still sign credit card machines? What is that? I just put a line.
Dude, it's just scanning
Same.
your retina or something.
What?
I know nobody signs. When they flip that thing around and you have to sign with your finger, it's a blah, blah.
Why is that even a screen anymore? I don't
So
understand.
that you can leave a tip.
Yeah, that's but we can get rid of both those. But anyways, so there's a cinch cord on the back. I'll put it on
Yeah, put it on. But can you,
for the video.
you're not even saying your slogan that's on the back.
On the
It's
back?
wait,
Yeah, go ahead, you
Can
say
I
it.
help a little bit?
Yeah.
So on the Legionnaire part of the hat, the skirt part, it has raccoon style stripes, and then a saying that we came up with for Robbie that says, "Break ankles, not hearts."
Yeah,
which is lovely.
I guess is good. I don't know. Is that bad luck or good luck?
I don't know. We'll find out when you're wearing it.
Reverse jinx.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'll protect you from the summer sun. There's going to be women's versions with a ponytail hole. And then 2 sizes, like the smaller size, 59 centimeters, and then a larger for all you big-headed freaks out there, 62 centimeter.
I feel like the 59 is big enough, plenty for most people. It is the 62. Did you say
it's 62?
62 has got to be very roomy. That's for you, big giant
I
noggin.
don't even know what 62 centimeters means. I think that's how long a football field is.
That's incorrect.
So that's pretty big.
I can't.
It's a blanket.
All I think about when I see this is last summer when you were trying to make this a thing.
Trying?
Okay. And Megan and I were on one of our stops with the A6 crew, and we were on this run, and we passed by a retirement community. And they all came out with giant sunglasses and Legionnaires on, and I couldn't run because I was laughing so hard.
I mean, they were ahead of the trend. What do you want to? I mean, I think
Learn from your elders, Meg.
Yeah, everything is cyclical.
Robbie's Blue Bocker collab is coming out next.
Yeah. Is that the side?
Yeah,
side.
so.
Honestly, I'd get down with the
sweet.
goggles. Those, yeah, I'd be into those.
I mean, a lot of the sunglasses do the side shields because they have protect you from snow blindness or something. Is that why?
Let's talk about how people can get these and when.
Yeah, so this is coming out on Monday, June 3rd. I don't know if there's a specific time. We'll be selling it on believeintherun.com/shop. And if they're out of sizes there, which will probably sell out in 5 minutes, no big deal. You can also get it on Fractel's main website.
And it's the 30 days of Robbie's birthday is part of the celebration here. So get in on it and wish Robbie a happy birthday.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out on my birthday, which was last week. But obviously there's always delays, which is fine.
But then we're also celebrating your birthday a week from this weekend.
I just said that to guilt people into coming. It wasn't really an actual. I had no intentions of actually
Robbie's like, we don't have
celebrating.
enough stuff going on. Let's throw.
Well, to be fair, I scheduled that like 6 months ago. So
Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
All right, good times.
Sorry, I had to drink some of my element.
Yeah, we're all drinking it
rehydrate.
on ice right now.
I've been crushing that because I've been doing all my runs in the afternoon because I felt like I want to just jump into heat acclimation. Just let's get this done.
Like, let's make it as bad as possible.
No 50-degree runs in the mornings.
You got nothing on me. I went to Charleston last weekend,
Ran in 90-degree temps.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
and I could
Even
only do
in the mornings though.
So I was babysitting my 2-year-old nephew, and with my mom who has a broken foot.
Oh.
So I had a 2-hour window in the afternoon to get my run in.
Okay.
In the heat of the day,
yeah.
between 1:30 and 3:30.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, it was like a real feel of 96 every afternoon. So that was a good time.
Charleston. Do you say it like that when you're down there?
I do not. No.
You should.
I just pictured Robbie in a seersucker suit, 30 extra pounds and a straw hat.
Yeah. Chowing down on KFC.
Actually, don't you like the pimento cheese? That's from down there.
Dude, I just love pimento cheese. If that ends up in my refrigerator, which sometimes it does, that's gone within 24 hours. It can't,
Crackers?
Once you start eating pimento cheese, you can't stop. It's like
what do you put
Lay's,
it
but
on?
better. I mean, I'll just eat it with crackers or pretzels or whatever you put on your sandwich. You ever put it on a burger?
I've had it on a chicken sandwich.
Yes. Yeah, that too. Chick-fil-A had a little bit of special going on.
Maybe we should get some for the house. I wouldn't mind a burger with pimento cheese.
Are you a big pimento cheese fan?
No, I'm just not. It's not. It's. I don't dislike it. I just don't love it.
I mean,
I like the boiled peanuts.
You also don't like fried chicken, so
Correct.
I'm not sure why I'm asking.
Speaking of fried chicken, we went to that Bunnies and Bubbles.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, right?
Dude, I haven't felt this way about a restaurant in a long time. More often than not, I go someplace and I'm disappointed. The last place I could remember that I was this excited, like while I was eating, was John Brown's butcher shop with the hamburger. But the fried chicken,
It's so good.
and the deviled eggs. Oh,
Isn't
the
it called Betty's or something?
No, Bunnies.
Bunnies?
No, there's Butts and Betty's. That's a dive bar, and
But I thought there was another name.
it's Bunnies and Bubbles, and maybe I don't know.
Buckets and Bubbles. Bunnies, buckets, and bubbles.
Oh,
Bunnies, buckets,
you're right.
and bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So while Meg was in Charleston, I went out with a few people and did that and loved it.
Yeah, it's a brunch spot in Baltimore that's, if you're here, you should probably just go
I didn't
there.
even think about it for brunch.
Oh, did you go for, yeah.
We were there at nighttime.
Okay, both are great, but it's pretty popular
It's
for
new,
brunch.
right?
It's like in the last year or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It used to be the Wharf Rat.
Yeah. But no, it's super good. And there are things like fried chicken and champagne, which, did you get champagne?
I didn't, but someone who was there did get champagne.
Yeah.
I had a gimlet and a gin martini and a couple other things. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to Topgolf?
No, we started off at the Drift Bar, which is a barge that's in the harbor
Yeah.
that, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Good atmosphere, though, right? You're just sitting on the water.
I mean, if you like boats and you don't have one,
Yeah.
it's like that. You can just sit
Yeah.
in the dock
That's the
area.
best way to own a boat is
Right.
to use someone else's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was nice because you know on a boat when you're tired of being there, you have to wait till it gets to the dock and then get off. And this one you're already there, so you just get off. And we walked over to Fells,
Okay.
and then from there we finished the night, of course, at Speakeasy. You could probably guess why.
Yeah. Wait, what? Because why?
Erdman was there. and he lives
At
across the street,
Speakeasy.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like
Oh,
a good
I
time.
forgot. Yeah, we went to Cat's Eye too.
Nice.
Which is
You
a
did, like-
classic
Yeah.
Fells Point bar, and the Believe Run Club kids came,
Okay.
so that was fun.
You didn't end the evening at the karaoke bar?
Oh yeah, Waltz In.
I heard they just got new owners.
No, they just reopened.
Oh.
They go.
Do you think if you're not from Baltimore, this is like
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There's people from California like
I'll never go there.
Australia. Imagine if you're on Australia listening to this right now.
Hey, but everybody loves fried chicken except for Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Dude,
Seriously, Megan, I don't know anybody who doesn't like fried chicken.
Yes, you do.
One time I was coming back from a friend's house, and for some reason we did like a whole day of fried chicken on a road trip back, and it was like we had, I think the night before we might have had Chick-fil-A, and then it was Zaxby's, and then Popeyes, like within 24 hours.
Okay, but
Dude, I felt
Chick-fil-A, do they have bone-in chicken?
no, not bone-in, but just generally speaking. And I was like, that's a lot of fried chicken for one day. But I felt a little bit kind of like I felt inside what the fat bastard in Austin Powers looks like.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
how
that
I
layer
felt
of
in my
grease.
heart. Yeah. And I haven't replicated that since. And that was a while ago.
That's like you ever go to like those Fogo de Chao or those Brazilian places? Like you always get the meat sweats. You always, like, it's like the worst.
Can you overdose on protein, Meg?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've overdosed.
Yeah.
I had like the worst hangover and I didn't drink that much. And it was all from the meats at Fogo de Chao.
Triglycerides.
Who knows, man? Salt. I don't know
throwing
what
out.
it was, man.
Throwing out terms. Oh man. Yeah. It is good while like for the first 10 minutes.
Do you know what I did? When the meat starts coming.
When you cross that line of trying to get your money's worth, that's when it gets bad.
My problem is that, like, if something tastes good and there's like more helpings, like if I go out to dinner and they make me a hamburger and French fries or whatever at a bar, I'll eat that and be satisfied. If I'm at home and I grill burgers and there's another burger sitting there, after I finish my burger, I'll be like, burger number 2.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's interesting. You just keep snacking away.
A little bit.
Nice.
But you know what? We were talking about salt.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the element stuff and how you're kind of getting addicted to it. But I wanted to make sure, because on Fuel for the Soul, we talked about how much sodium is too much sodium.
Oh, okay.
So we're pretty good with this having the 1,000 milligrams of salt, right?
Yeah.
Meg?
If you're out there running and sweating.
But a regular sweating person would lose about 1,000 milligrams in an hour run, correct?
I think that's pretty accurate.
All right. Because like I've been going nuts. I've been drinking that. I've been having like salt on my food.
Yeah.
And I was like a little worried. I was like, Feathers, am I eating too much sodium?
What was her opinion? Yeah or no?
She's like, probably not. She said, like, if you're running for an hour, because she knows I sweat.
Yeah.
running for an hour in the morning and doing other, physical stuff during the day, I'm probably fine.
What did people do before LMNT?
There were salt licks.
Yeah.
Oh, like the
Cubes of salt.
like for deer.
Yeah.
Wait, you use that for deer?
Yeah,
Wait, it was for cows and horses and stuff.
yeah, and to attract deer to a place where you can then get rid of them. But yeah,
Say hello.
yeah, go pet their antlers.
So do you feel like you're acclimated from your gunning in for the afternoon
Actually,
runs?
I do. I feel I did a mile repeat. On Tuesday was 3 mile repeats at like 7:08 pace, and that was 80 plus degrees out that day.
Dude, I don't think I couldn't even move my legs that fast right now.
And I did it, and it felt great.
Wow.
So I was pretty excited about that.
Where'd you do your mile loops?
I did it actually at the Patterson Park Annex.
Yeah.
And because I do like that, it's just 2 times. All you got to do is 2 times round. That's a mile.
Mentally,
done.
And it's as flat as you're going to get
Yeah.
in the city.
And I took a Morton before that, and maybe that helped.
A caffeinated or a regular?
It was a regular.
Okay.
Yeah, and I decided that when I thought Mortons were messing with me, I think that was just not. I think it was whatever I ate the night before.
It's possible.
That's probably more accurate. We
Yeah.
talked about the gel, all of that controversy
Oh,
over
the
spring
the
gels.
spring gels, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it on Fuel for the Soul. So
Okay.
we don't have to go all into it here, but yeah, they basically making a product that just doesn't have what they say it has in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unregulated, so.
It's pretty wild because it's pretty wild that somebody just made a Reddit post about it, and then it became a huge deal. And their apology was interesting because they didn't really admit to anything, which, because I'm guessing there maybe could have been
That's what we talked
legal.
about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like they took old research, and Megan said like they whited out the dates of things and posted like, it says 37 grams and we said 45 versus the actual, what was it, 12 or something?
And they said even
14.
in testing, you can be like 10 to 20%
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
She goes, but this was
40% off.
40% off.
I mean, so this, and I've been thinking about this. Trail runners would take this because they were like, it tastes awesome sauce. You can get those carbs in that amount of time, and
Yeah.
everybody's been taking this. Everybody's been doing fine. So is it a placebo effect, or what's the deal?
Well,
with
not
that?
everybody's been doing fine. That's the problem. Is there's been people bonking.
But I've heard people take it who are like, this is why I take this, because I take one and it makes me feel great. And I'm like, so you really didn't.
Well, it's better than nothing. Like they're still getting in carbs, but they're not getting the amount.
24 is
Yeah.
what they were getting in you. So basically what you'd have to do if you're running a marathon with these, if you were to take 6 Mortons,
yeah.
you would need 9 Spring. So
Okay.
imagine bringing,
And those things are big. Like the Spring Energy gels, at least the Awesome Sauce ones, are like a big liquidy
How much
packet.
different is that than applesauce?
What than applesauce? Like
Like
applesauce?
if you just ate applesauce or either baby food pouches.
well, applesauce doesn't have, you need the sugars. So it tasted more like pie filling, I think.
Oh, okay. So if you just ate it at McDonald's,
Yeah.
like apple
Oh,
pie.
are you kidding? That would be great, except for the fat and the pastry part.
Oh yeah.
But on an ultra,
What? Because
I was thinking that would have been cheaper, but I'm looking at this organic applesauce on Amazon. It's like $3 for a pouch.
okay, the baby food.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because some people do take the baby food pouches.
So this is actually pretty much equivalent to what the actual Awesome
wow.
Sauce had in it, which is 60 calories and 14 grams of carbs.
So it really was.
So they
Like-
probably just added water to this
So really
applesauce
pretty
pouch.
much as baby food, and it's the same price, or
Yeah.
actually more expensive even.
Yeah.
Because weren't the Awesome Sauce pouches like $5 or something?
oh,
Something
geez.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they had to be careful with their apology, because if they open themselves up to liability, anybody who could say that they purchased the product
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
be entitled. And who knows
Yeah, that's
how many people that would be.
that's interesting.
So are you back on the Morton train though?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe?
I think maybe. Yeah, I think so. I feel like goo is also fine for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't either way. But I'm actually feeling pretty good. Had some good workouts this past week.
What's your type of mileage you're doing a week right now with? Because you're just right now you're kind of just building your base, right?
Yeah, but it's not that far off from what, aside from the long runs, everything else is about the same as I was doing before.
What are you training
So
for?
what's like a week looking like right now?
30, 35 miles.
Okay.
So 4 days of 6 to 7 miles, and then a 10-mile run on the weekend.
All right.
So
Meg, what are you up to right now?
My mileage?
Yeah.
I don't, around the 60s.
Yeah. I'm like in base right now, but I'm not doing as much speed work as you're doing. You're doing actual speed work, but he's got me in the 40s.
well, I said I wanted to get faster over the next few months. Kind of, haven't done that in quite some time.
But so this is just, there's no like race end goal. It's just like training.
Yeah, I mean Berlin.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say probably a goal.
Well, you're
I'm
gonna
not
have
trying to think about it too much.
You're gonna have to double. You're gonna have to be in the kind of shape to run 2 fall marathons, even though one of them won't be like a full out effort.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fine, or else I'll crash and burn, and that's the end of my running career.
It'll be good. We got to get that solidified though.
Oh, the Chicago part?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
People are signing up for it already.
Yeah,
For Robbie's sub 4-hour marathon
Yeah.
plan training.
I know
pacing,
Low
rather.
wants in so bad.
I'm just manifesting it. So
Like
manifesting
our guy
an
Tim
entry.
Nackey,
Yeah,
who gave up but now he's back.
yeah, our blackjack guy. I told Fractel they need to sponsor him because he wears a Legionnaire. And
Every
I'm like,
time
this
Megan
guy-
says his name, I'm like,
yeah,
who?
yeah, he's our favorite Instagram influencer right now.
Yeah.
So what happened with him? He lost his bet?
No, he said he cashed out at 500 grand after like 100 days or something
Yeah.
of playing blackjack.
And didn't he get up to like $1 million or something?
Yeah, and then he went a little bit of a cold streak and lost $500,000. It's a lot of money.
Well, and then he took like a week and played with other people's money.
He's a degenerate gambler. So if you don't know, it's this guy on Instagram, Tim Nackey. You've probably seen his stuff.
He's very entertaining and he makes fun of the person he's playing against,
The
even though it's a
dealer.
digital game. The dealer, he makes fun of them and it makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, he's good at burning people.
And you don't feel that bad because it's not a real person.
Is it a real person or is it
It's not a real person. It's
Okay.
it's AI generated.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till Meg finds out it's a real person.
Yeah.
It's not.
And they can hear him.
No, he's clearly doing the voiceover afterwards anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. First check-in, I'm going to tag in where Robbe was talking about motivation for running in his last email. And again, if you're not getting the email, sign up for the email. It's worth it just to hear Robbie's ramblings. Anyway, why are you out here? Why are you running? Why are you listening to this podcast? What is it about running that is special for you? Maybe meditate on that. We'll come back.
All right, guys, it is almost time for you to run a trail race that is part of the Golden Trail Series Broken Arrow in Lake Tahoe.
Do you know how much training I've done for this, Robbe?
Hopefully some.
0. I haven't been on the trails in a while. I need to get out there because trails always kick my butt. So tell me more about Broken Arrow, Meg.
Well, you guys are going to be hosting a bunch of stuff, so I think people can come hang out even if they're not racing. But it's a super fun event. It has everything from an 11K to a 46K, I think, and like a vertical K, which we found out is longer than a K, but it's 1K of vert.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you can find out more about the series in general by going to goldentrailseries.com or just follow the Golden Trail Series on Instagram.
Your email this past week, which if you don't subscribe to the Believe in the Run email, you should. First off, it lets you know everything that we've done that week and all the reviews and all that kind of stuff. But the second part is you get an editorial post from Robbe, which is kind of contradicting your own training right now.
The one that I wrote this past week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking
You're
that
like, I don't care about speed. I don't care about this. I don't.
it's
To get 5
interesting.
minutes faster.
It's interesting because I really feel like I don't care about it now. And where, I was doing, when I was doing marathon training and stuff last fall or in the spring, I felt like I really I have a different mindset, but I'm still doing the same stuff. And then it's just different. I feel like I'm not running or training as much. I think the long runs really can take it out of you too. Like as far as just like feeling like it's taking up your life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But see, like, here's the crazy thing. And I get it. Like people like it takes you away from family and stuff. But typically when we're,
go ahead.
Keep going.
What is that?
A security code.
I'm trying to get into MailChimp and because I forgot what I wrote last week.
No, I forgot.
Oh, you said
Long
typically,
runs?
yeah.
Oh, well, if for long runs, typically for me, like I get them done before the kids are awake. And since Meg's a runner too, she's out there, but like it doesn't feel as much of a sacrifice of anybody's time because when I'm doing it, it's usually, it would like, what else would I be doing? Like reading a newspaper or sitting at the breakfast table or something like that. Like there's been plenty of times when I get home from a long run and my youngest isn't even out of bed yet.
Yeah. And that might be just different too. Cause I feel like, I don't know, my kids are up and at it like 7 a.m., you know? So, and yeah, so I'm not sure, but I think, so in the thing that I wrote, I was basically like, you know, I turned 42 last week and, you know, I got a notification from, I think it was like my second half marathon at St. Michael's. And that was 8 years ago, which seems like longer, but I guess it was only 8 years. And basically thinking about how running has changed since then, whereas definitely the first few years was that runner's high, which probably a lot of people listening to this might have right now that started during the pandemic.
Do you think it's like when you first start running, you see gains and everything? Your paces get faster.
Yeah.
You start to lose weight. You find this community you didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of outside things that are now really exciting to you that now are coming to you.
Yeah.
And then as that wears off, you have to figure out a new motivation.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of what running means to you, because if you're trying to chase that high or that thing about running that you initially first felt, it's not really gonna be that same like trajectory up and to the right. So you gotta figure out kind of what it means for you. And for some people, like Meg, for you, you're still like, you have a definitive running goal that's like very important to you, and that's fine. Like,
wait, so let's dig into this a little bit before you move forward. What is your motivation? Because then I'll go around and I'll find out from Megan what hers is. But what is your motivation? Like, why are you running, and why is running something that's important to you?
I mean, it just makes me, at this point right now.
Just right now. Like if I said, Robbie, you clearly you're getting up, you're doing your training, you're doing it in the afternoons where I wouldn't want to do it in the afternoons. What's getting you, what's the motivation behind it? Like, why do you want to do it?
It does make me feel good, just kind of moving. So generally speaking, getting exercise and moving makes me feel good and kind of relieve some stress and things like that. And then I would say overall, I like the randomness of running / exploring, seeing things, what happens on the run that's different that day or a different route or running into people. Like I love that every run I go on in Baltimore, almost every run I stop and can see someone I know or talk to, you know, especially in the afternoon.
I was gonna say, I forget to use it. I see Megan.
Yeah. But even this morning, I saw 4 people on the run that I knew. Right. And I like that part about it. Or just even, I'm trying to stop and take pictures more, or just obviously pick up trash, things like that.
So you like the distractions in your...
Yeah, I just like that it gets you to different places to see different things. And
I mean, I would say for me, the shakeout runs and the like when we went to Germany and we did a little tour of the city.
Yeah.
Those runs have kind of become some of my favorites because there's no pressure. There's no, it's just being out and about exercising and being with people and seeing things without some of the race stuff. And it's funny, Meg said to me the other day, she's like, because I really enjoyed running with Lo and doing the half marathon to get him under the wanted to do the sub 2. And I just, wow. And I just had a really great day out there. And Meg said to me, and I had to think about it first. She goes, maybe you like running and doing that stuff more than you like racing.
Yeah. And that's exactly. And that's where I feel like I'm at too. Cause I'm like, I think I wrote that. Did I write that in the thing? Oh yeah. Where I was like, for me, training 8-10 hours a week to trim 5 minutes off of marathon time, like that just doesn't do it for me. I'll be real. So, but yeah, like the group runs, meeting people, seeing people, experiencing different things. That's for sure my favorite part of it. When we did when we did that race in Venice or whatever, I did that underground race. I would take that over any major marathon any day, like straight up. Like, which is just like,
so that was a Bridge the Gap run.
Yeah.
And where you did the point, like you had check-in points.
Yeah. And it was just like an underground race with another run group, kind of just exploring the city. That was Venice, and it was early in the morning, so no one was there. And to me, that's way cooler than running.
I went back and watched the Italian
marathon
after that.
Did you?
I was like, hey, I know that. And it's like,
is that in Venice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It starts in Venice. But the thing that's crazy is like, when I remember watching the movie the first time and not being in Venice, the movie makes Venice look big and like they're jetting through the canals on speedboats and stuff like that. And this time I watched, I'm like, I know exactly where that is. Oh, that's that bridge where everybody stands and takes a pic. Like it was like very recognizable. But
yeah, I wouldn't say like any day. I wouldn't say it's. I just prefer that type of thing over a race situation, maybe.
Well, I wonder. So for me, for the most part, obviously for Berlin, I want to try to put a strong effort out there. And I just had like, I feel like a string of like the last 3 marathons, I just felt like were like a strings of unfortunate mishaps or just, weather, the coughing fits, whatever it was. So I'm looking for that one. And I still think I have some solid marathons in me.
Yeah.
But I'm not chasing like PRs anymore. I'm like personal. Like it's the difference between a personal record and a personal best is in these ones. Like now I feel like more like I'm just going to see what I can do on that day with my fitness and train for it.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm definitely not enjoying the races as much as I'm enjoying the reason we come together at those races and things like that.
That's why doing Chicago, if and when, I'll figure it out. If I get a bib,
we're gonna make it happen.
Running with a group of people and having fun is way more exciting to me than, again, trying to get 5 or 10 minutes off a race.
Well, it's funny you say it because like I feel like you missed out at least on the first Boston, or maybe one of the New Yorks.
Yeah, when you and Jared and stuff. Yeah,
I feel like you missed out on that opportunity. Like that was like, to me, that regardless of what the result of the marathon was, that day was like certainly bonding and certainly like an experience to share together.
Yeah.
And like to be 5 minutes faster, 10 minutes faster, like it wouldn't have been a good trade-off. But
I think at that time I just didn't know that yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's interesting that you've come now like full circle. Because in Boston this year, you decided you're going to run it different.
And that's not to say I don't want to do, like, if I have a good summer and I'm feeling great, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, dude, I loved my half marathon
So-
right before the Boston this year. Had a great run.
Yeah.
On a hilly course. Felt really good.
But Meg, for you,
Yeah.
it's totally.
It's not though. It's funny.
It's different in a way, but maybe.
But it's
maybe
not. It's
Okay.
not totally different because like everything you guys are saying is the same reason I run. Like I run every day because it makes me feel good. It's a stress reliever. It's like the one constant that I feel like I'll always have. Like even when I was in Charleston and like my day was chaos with a 2-year-old. And my mom has a broken foot. So it's like, I am like the main person that has eyes on this tiny human all day long until it has nap time for 2 hours a day. And then I can go do my run, which is like, to some people, it's like, that's crazy. You're going to go run after like chasing around this little kid all day. But to me, that's like the stress reliever. That's like my like constant. That's like, I know I'm going to feel better afterwards kind of thing. And then the other side of it, like the wanting to continue to get faster, I think is partially how I kind of want to always live life. I realize eventually like there will be no PRs, but even like with our business and stuff, like I want to constantly be improving and seeing what we can do better. And so that drive in running is kind of, I think, where it starts. And I feel like especially if I can hit a PR or I do run the fastest I've ever run in a certain distance, like that gives me an extra bit of confidence to, I don't know, do something outside of running.
Being up close to Megan's run, I would say that she probably has the healthiest and unhealthiest relationship with it. And I'll say the healthy part is Megan does do, like when you run with feathers in the marathon, you're having a great time.
Yeah.
Like that is not a hard effort for you. It's not like your only focus is on time. It's ridiculous that you still can run like like what I would love to be running for my marathon, having fun throwing your arms up. And you do it like when we go on group runs, it's not like you are like, hey, let me show everybody how fast I am. I'm going to be up front. You are very accommodating in group runs. And so you're good all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
But you also are a little bit of a shark when it comes to when it's time for you to throw down and to do your training and go for your big goals. You kick into a different, it's almost like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing where you're like laser focused on, like you're reading books, you're making sure your nutrition is like exact. You're like very detail oriented about your workouts. Everything goes into it.
But there's a
like,
season to that too.
Right.
It's not always like that.
Right,
obviously.
but that's what I'm saying. You have are the most well-rounded. It's funny to me because I think I'm really consistent, and then like it's a different. I agree with Megan. Like for me, it's mental health, like going for runs and getting that stuff done, and it also is the self-discipline part makes me feel good about myself. Like the fact that like if it's raining, I go for my run. If it's hot out, I go for my run. If it's, whatever the conditions are, I'll go for my run. If my coach puts it on my schedule, it's going to happen. So for me, that's, there's a different kind of win than just like a pace goal time.
Yeah.
It's like this cycle.
Right. Yeah. And I'm the same way. But I also think for me, like the time and effort it would take to level up, so to speak, it's just not reasonable for me, because whether it's stuff with kids or family, or honestly, I just have other interests too. Like this weekend I went disc golfing with friends, or like I like to, I don't know, plant flowers in my backyard, things like other things that I'm trying to also do. And it's like I have equal interests in these other things in some ways.
And it's funny because I thought maybe mine was out of whack.
Yeah.
But I think that I've just been able to incorporate all my interests into what we're doing. I like
I also have like 45 interests, so it's like it's a little difficult to manage everything.
You are a little schizophrenic when it comes to interest. But like for me, like design, photography, illustration, the creative outlets, I get all that through what we do.
Yeah.
And then the running also, I get to do it. It just happens that I use a lot of those skills towards, one thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like for me, I love the tech stuff. So we got the new camera and we're out filming and doing weird stuff in the woods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to phrase
makes
it.
sense.
What, the weird stuff in the woods?
Yeah.
You don't know what happened. You
Sure don't.
See how pretty Robbie looked in that hat?
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, anyways.
It was Deliverance?
Yeah. Dude, there's some freaky stuff back there. Cause when we took these photos for the Fractel hat, we went to this essentially stolen car graveyard.
I don't even think those are stolen cars. I think those are cars just like nobody wanted
No,
anymore.
they're for sure stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of them, I read I think the Banner did an article on it, and a lot of the ones being dumped there were burned out Hondas from over the last year or two. So like they're newer cars.
Oh, I guess we didn't see those. All I saw was the golf cart and the flipped over.
Yeah, I've seen some back when I've gone back there for like Nissan 350 C's.
Oh, do they take them after? Like, did somebody remove them?
Yeah, they do take some of them out. They have taken ones out, but sometimes deeper into the woods, they're just there.
It did give me that feeling of what was that horror movie that was filmed in Maryland?
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it's a little Blair Witchy back there.
They probably filmed back there.
Dude, well, I was saying to you when we're back there, I'm like, it feels like you travel back in time to the 1800s because there are no rules back here. If someone finds you, they're just gonna rob you straight up, and nobody can help. No, nothing would happen.
With a stick with a sharpened stone tied to it.
Yeah, but it's a pretty wild place. Anyways, so that's where we did our photos and stuff like that, and
There'll be a video. There's photos will come out on Monday.
It was a good time.
You'll see it.
I thought about doing a group run up there, see what people are made of.
Oh, jeez.
Like through the swampy stuff that we had?
Well, the only reason it was super swampy was because it poured the night before. But usually, I've gone there where it's relatively dry.
Is it time for another red line?
Maybe, yeah. It'd be fun.
All right.
It'd be weird.
You know what you should do is hide stuff so that like people can actually find.
I thought about that too.
So it'd sort of be like bridge the gap.
Yeah.
But is it mine?
Dude,
the gap
I'm pretty
or
sure there's
bridge the
bodies
gap?
in there. You might be stumbling upon some skeletons.
Yeah, you'd think that you're winning a Robbie contest and you're really just disturbing a gravesite.
Yeah.
All right, second check-in. So you've been thinking about it. You've probably been running and being like, do I love running? But hopefully you do. I know sometimes it's just good enough to get out there and move. Sometimes it's just nice to be out in the world doing something and feeling like you're being productive, at least doing something good for your health. That's a lot of the time what I'm thinking about is just being out, just moving my body and just being part of the world. And you don't get that from sitting inside or even going to a gym. Being out, running in the streets, breathing the air makes me feel alive. Meg, I've been sleeping like a champ.
Is it because you have a lovely Lagoon pillow?
That and melatonin edibles.
Melatonin and edibles? Or
Gummies. Yeah, but the pair is unbeatable.
Yeah.
yeah, so Lagoon is again a sponsor of this podcast this week. You can go to lagoonsleep.com/believe to check out all of their pillows and to take their quiz. It's very easy. You just have to explain your sleeping preferences and it populates the perfect pillow for you.
Dude, I think Lagoon should put together like a giant pillow fight. Like, and maybe you win a Lagoon pillow.
How do you win a pillow
Sounds
fight?
like
You come out on top.
Sounds like my 13-year-old self's dream.
How do you win a pillow fight? Like, could you
No
have
one really
scoring?
has pillow fights. That's never been a thing.
I bet you could have scoring. Like if it's 2-man in, like Robbie and I line
Knock
up
out to
against
the
each other,
face.
Oh,
like the
man.
most hits to the like clean hits to the
CTE
noggin.
on deck.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I didn't even know what CTE is, so I had to look it up. But if you had it, the pillow sure would help.
Yeah.
And if you want the perfect pillow to slap someone in the face with, again, go to lagoonsleep.com/believe. Use the code BELIEVE for 15% off your first purchase.
Make sure they took the quiz first so you know which pillow to smack them with.
That's about how it goes. Dude, last week I did my speed workout in that Jewish cemetery up there.
Why?
Because I was trying to find, it was again in the afternoon. I was like, where could I go that's not cars and has some shade? And
Is that place big enough for?
it's only a quarter mile like loop. So, and it's uphill the one way and downhill the other side. So it was kind of sucked, but it's big enough to do. I mean, I had to do like 10-800. So it was a lot of loops.
So nobody cares.
No, they're cool with it. They've seen me, the caretakers live there, and they've seen me running there before and haven't said anything. So it's nice because it is quiet and
Yeah, nobody goes to cemeteries anymore.
the roads are pretty wide.
Do you think, I feel like cemeteries are something that needs, like, I think we should be digging up the ones we have, but also like it shouldn't be happening anymore.
What? People being buried?
Yeah, I think it's a waste of land
I'm with
and
you.
resources.
I'm with you. I either want to be cremated or donated to one of those forensic.
You want to be at that forensic farm.
Forensic farm, yeah. But which I need to take
Stuffed in a trunk.
I need to take care of that. Yeah, put my body in the trunk of a car and let it sit there for a few months.
Oh,
I mean,
Jeez.
but if you think about it, like, I can understand burying people
put me in the Herring Run Woods.
I
in
never
Baltimore.
understand how we get on these topics, and yet we do.
We just got there.
But
Carl laughing over there.
Listen back.
yeah, but the bodies are a waste of space. Like, we're putting them in containers. Like, imagine.
Oh, I
if
agree, 100%.
It'd be like saving every leftover meal. And
Can we talk about
Yeah.
this real fast?
Is there a body in there?
Yeah.
Because
Megan wants it.
Speaking of burying things.
Are you getting cremated?
I have no idea what's going to happen to me after I'm gone.
Oh, is that Meg's decision?
I tell
wouldn't
you
leave
what
it
I'd
to
really
her.
like if she, I know, just
Yeah,
be left
you just
out
end
back
up
in the
in the
recycling,
alley.
next to the recycling,
Like I'll be like looking through your trash, and be like, what the hell?
checking my pockets.
Having a Thomas. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just trying to drag it out as long as
I know,
possible.
and I'm trying to move on.
Let's see what's in Megan's box.
Okay, so Nike sent
What's in the box?
a PR box out for featuring the Pegasus 41
We put it in our stories,
in our Instagram feed.
Instagram feed.
And it had a lot of stuff in it, like a custom Yeti with my last name on it, a pair of Beats, some Nike sunglasses.
A bandana.
It's all really lovely stuff. I'm going to give it all away. I have no need for any of it.
And a Pegasus.
But everyone felt the need to write on Instagram that I would be highly influenced by these items
by
to
her Nike McDonald's Happy Meal box.
to change my review.
I love that. I couldn't even read the comments because I was like, oh man, people are going to torch it.
It couldn't be further from the truth. For starters, I haven't even worn this shoe, and I already written my review because they sent just a shoe originally.
Wait.
You're
You
saying-
have worn the shoe.
But the
I
one in the
haven't
box.
worn,
one that's
I
in the
haven't
box.
worn this one in the box. I haven't used anything in the box, and I've already written my review because they sent us seating shoes a month ago, which is what we wore and wrote our review against.
Now, but from a marketing standpoint, before, like, I know we're downplaying it a little bit. This was a really cool marketing, like, of the things that we've been sent by brands. This is probably one of the best presentations.
Oh, I love it.
Of a shoe.
So much fun, and it gives us great content to put on social media. It's phenomenal. Nike did a great job.
Yeah.
I want to speak directly to all those people in the comments who are saying that I'm going to be influenced, quote, on my
Right.
review based off of a box, which
Yeah.
is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and
Well, let's explain why. Because, like, you're saying this stuff, but when you get to it, okay, first off, the box was cool. It was customized with Megan's name on the tape. When the box got here, I was real excited to see it, and I put it aside for Megan because it had her name, it had all this stuff, so I wanted her to have the enjoyment of unboxing it. We filmed it, which is what we would do if anybody sent us anything that
Yeah.
like this. We're gonna put it out there. Now, what it comes down to is questioning to, I think that why you're somewhat upset is that you think, or people have the impression that your opinion can be purchased or bought. And I'm not going to name names of companies, but we've actually turned down money to review shoes, or turned down money. And we're talking substantial, like $20,000 to do a thing on a shoe. And we've said, no, we can do something else. If you want a project like this, and sometimes they don't, they're just like, we want to promote that shoe and we'll go to somebody else. And we're like, okay, fine. But like, as far as our integrity goes with the shoes, I think that's where you're upset, when people would question your integrity.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I get it to the outside observer. If you see that and you don't know how things work, then you would be like, obviously that seems like a pay to play type scheme or something. But because to the normal, to people who aren't in this realm, if they would get that box, you'd be like I remember that when I was, I feel like when I got a pair of socks starting out, I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. But once you've been doing this long enough, like, I have everything I need forever. And there is...
You say that, but if we stopped and the shoe came out, you'd be like, damn it.
Yeah, but it's like, that's not... Getting an Alpha Fly or something isn't going to change. I have plenty of racing shoes. I don't need... Because a lot of people are like, you need to give a good review so you keep getting shoes. I'm like, dude, I don't need any more. Trust me, it's become a chore at this point.
It's not only that we don't necessarily need... Like, yes, I have a wall of shoes downstairs that I could have enough shoes to run with for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. But it's not about that. The reason we do this is we're passionate about reviewing the shoes and giving you the feedback and being a resource for runners to create a better experience for their running. Yeah. The idea, look, let's just, I'll go down a list. If, say that a company decides they don't want to send the shoes, and it is a shoe that we want, we have enough connections with, like, through our affiliation with Running Warehouse, with other retailers. If we wanted to get a shoe, we could get the shoe. Right. So even if it dried up completely from our brand, we could just go and get this shoe. Yeah. So that's the first part. If that dried up and I really wanted to continue doing what we're doing, and which I would, I could purchase the shoe. Right. It's not, we're not talking about an investment that's like I'm buying motorcycles to review or, something like that.
Is that an option?
I mean, I'm sure if you put it out there.
They're emailing us every day to send you new e-bikes.
Yeah, I know. I need to get back on that train.
Did you, when we went out to that special place, did you kind of miss having an e-bike? Because I was out there on my e-bike having fun.
Yeah, you didn't take an e-bike?
Oh, no. I gave mine away to my nephew.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Because I don't have space for it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it just rusting in the backyard or whatever.
Seems fair. So
I just let them have it. Yeah.
So, I mean, we have resources to get the items that we'd want. But that would just destroy, you got to understand, like, even the brands know this when we're going to review their shoes, we have to be honest. And even if they're like, hey, you want to come with us to here for a trip or something like that, we want you to experience the unveiling of this model.
Yeah, and I feel like we've talked about all that, and we've gone over.
Yeah, we probably don't have to cover the whole thing again, but
I just wanted to talk about the Nike box because people felt the need to say that I'd be very influenced by it. And I mean, you can read my Nike review, but that's not my favorite shoe in the world.
The other thing,
it's just not designed for me.
What drives me nuts is that when we posted that, the review wasn't out. I could understand if the review was out and you were like gushing about the shoe like it was the second coming.
Yeah.
I could see people being like, okay, perhaps this was influenced.
Yeah.
But they haven't even read the review and they're like coming to a conclusion.
Yeah. By the way, you can find, who the people are who feel like they need to say the nice things, because you can tell. There's plenty of those reels out there.
Give me an example.
But yeah, I don't know. So yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of that talk. Should we?
That written review should be up right now.
It's not yet. Oh, by the time
yeah.
it comes out, yeah. But podcast comes out. Man, I had my personal computer with me, not my work computer, and I had a whole list of things, and I forgot them all.
Ah, jeez.
Damn it, Robbie.
What was the list, or what was the question? Do we have any questions last week on the podcast? I don't think so.
I mean, I did a threads about the most disappointing or the ugliest shoe that you still love to run in. So if you want to pull up threads, we can do that.
Was mine this? Well, I said the Skechers Max Road 5. I love the performance of that shoe. Or Max Road 6. Both beautiful to run in.
Did you already
absolutely
see
agonizing to look at?
Did you see the Skyward X?
No, but that would be a good.
I've seen a new colorway of it that I think makes it look better. But like my initial colorway, I was like, oh, this is a red. It was like red, white, and blue 4th of July lawn mowing looking shoe. And I was like, but as soon as I ran it, I was like, oh, I love this shoe.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Skyward X, I'm hoping to do my 200-mile review next week because I'm just almost there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's impressive.
Tell them why it's taking so long for you to get to 200.
Well, we do stuff with brands where I have to wear a certain brand shoes, and I don't wear it for any speed work because that would be crazy. And then that's just the miles in between.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
But I'm still enjoying it, so that's good. And yeah, I mean, I'll do a review and you can see what it looks like, but
Yeah.
good.
It looks like it's got 200 miles on it.
Yeah.
Especially in the heat.
Can I say what shoe I ran my tempo runs in this past? I guess I can't because it's
Why?
technically still under embargo.
No, you can say it.
Just say
People
it.
know the shoe
Yeah.
is coming.
Oh,
It's not like you're going to show
ASICS
it.
Magic Speed 4.
Yeah.
That's what I ran the tempo runs in.
What
past-
did you just, in general, let's not talk about the shoe. Let's talk about the tempo run. How did the tempo run go?
It felt really good. It felt really good to hit my paces
Do you think
faster than I was hoping to.
Do you think if you had the previous model on, you would have had similar results?
No, it's definitely different.
It's a different shoe.
Yeah. It's much different. So we'll
I
talk
ran
about
my
that.
I ran my 12 miles last Saturday. in
Okay.
it.
We'll probably talk about that in the next week.
Yeah.
Next week's episode.
Dude, I did that box video where I'm yelling
Oh,
Meg,
yeah.
and everybody thought that was a super blast. I'm going to disappoint so many people.
Yeah. Although the Super Blast should be coming at some point. Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
It's going to be one of the major shoes for summer grit.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Oh, yeah. We should have to talk about that.
yeah, Meg, how fast did that fill up?
We got a lot of the sizes sold out in the first hour. It's almost completely sold out. There are a few sizes left. Let's see if I can pull
Do you think
inventory.
the reason why it's not completely sold out is because of the sizing thing?
Yeah, that would be my guess. So there are men's smalls still available,
Okay.
men's mediums, and that's it.
Okay.
Men's smalls and mediums available.
Okay.
Everything else is gone.
Did you see? And I would normally think that would be the majority.
Well, that was our highest quantity.
Yeah.
The most of them. Yeah.
And then women's is out?
All gone.
All
Every
gone.
size.
Nice. Look at the ladies taking charge.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it. It's gonna be fun though. I'm excited.
Yeah. French.
Oui.
Yeah.
That's it. All I know. I thought about learning French, and then I thought that's a waste of time.
Dude, I
So,
took it for 12 years and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Will any of it come back when we go to Paris this summer?
I'll like freshen up and listen to some stuff.
Hold up. Not two. Did you accidentally put in one on there?
I started
12?
in first grade and I took it through high school.
What?
Yeah.
Where did you go to school at? Like, did you go to a school for proper girls or something? What do you call those schools?
Are you talking about a private school?
Yeah.
I think he's talking about what do they call them? Preparatory.
Yeah, but what's the school where they like teach you how to have manners and stuff? Is that a school?
I went to a boarding
where
school.
they teach you how to have manners and stuff.
My high school was a private
what I'm talking
girls boarding school. I
Okay,
did
so
not board.
That might be what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You didn't board
I didn't board. It was a boarding school. I did not.
And I went to boarding school and board.
and you skateboarded.
No, because that is the thing. I went from California where we had pavement to a shaker village that had gravel roads.
So you went from cool boarding to not cool boarding.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah. Did you want to board when you were
no,
there?
no.
Oh.
And I actually had an hour drive each
What?
way.
No way.
Yeah.
Think about Meg's life. Her mom just totally took care of her and Ryan. Like,
Well, in high school, at least after the first year and a half, we drove. But yeah, before that, I mean, saint over there.
Oh, I'm talking about an etiquette school or a finishing school.
Oh,
Ooh,
finishing school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That
Did
is
you go
a
to
thing.
that?
No.
Oh. So you're unfinished business?
Yes.
Okay.
Always unfinished.
Okay. Do you think we should take some classes at an etiquette school before we go to France?
no,
Oh.
because they're rude. If
Yeah.
anything, we should learn how to be more rude.
Yeah.
Lady making fun of me at the Starbucks in the Louvre.
Here's the thing is they don't
even know how to spell words.
I can read a lot of it and I can write a lot of it. It's the speaking that maybe if I spent enough time over there, I would pick up again. But it doesn't
Okay.
come naturally to me right now.
Gotcha.
And I'm not saying all French people are rude because
No.
we've obviously had some on the podcast that have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the general, it wasn't like, and I consider myself a polite person in public. And
Outside, wait till this record button gets turned off.
yeah. But yeah, like when we were in France, like we went to Ireland, then we went to London, and then we went to Paris.
Yeah.
And by far the least friendly place
Oh, yeah.
was Paris. And we were in kind of like the area where you would at least want to try to be nice.
We were in a touristy place. I don't know. I'd probably be sick of Americans too if I was
And
over
isn't there
there
a place called Nice in France?
Yeah. They changed it from nice to
You would
nice
think-
because it's not nice.
Yeah. They just, it's just their
Yeah.
an uncle
They didn't,
and child relationship now,
Yeah. not a pleasantry.
yeah. Man, yeah, so that's kind of weird that they have that and they do the opposite, but whatever. Yeah. What's the deal? What's happening in Ireland, by the way? Because I feel like whenever I see people taking trips to Ireland, it doesn't do it for me. It just seems like a bunch of green fields, which it's fine.
Ireland is basically, I'm going to get in trouble with the French and now
my
Ireland.
family.
Dude,
It's-
I feel like most of my ancestry is from Ireland, but
Okay, it's like New Jersey.
oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's got, New Jersey has got some pretty areas
Lot of
with the green spaces.
A lot of toll roads.
And then it's got it's about the same size, I think. Isn't it? Like,
no.
how big? I really do. How big is Ireland?
And does New Jersey have leprechauns? Or
They do.
Okay.
They do. Didn't you see the Jersey Shore? What's her name? What's her name?
Oh,
Snooki?
Snooki.
Snooki. Yeah, if you catch Snooki.
Ireland is 3.7 times bigger than New Jersey.
That's not that much bigger.
Yeah. What is that? Pennsylvania?
No, it is a lot bigger.
Is that Pennsylvania?
Yeah, probably.
New Jersey is approximately 19,000 square kilometers, while Ireland is approximately 70,000 square kilometers.
Oh, kicking New Jersey's butt.
Man. I mean, I guess if I was forced to take a vacation there, I would do it. But if I had the choice, I'm just not, it doesn't do it for me.
Here's the things. If you were really into drinking,
Yeah.
good place for that. If you're into
makes sense.
golf, good place for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
If you like rolling green landscape, pretty good.
Ooh,
for that.
chasing lambs, very good.
Have you chased lambs there before?
Oh yeah,
Really?
dude. They like flocks them just going to the road, and you got to get them out of there. So you chase
Oh yeah,
them.
driving nightmare.
Dude, I could sink my hands into some lamb's wool or something like that.
Dude, people are going like 60 miles per hour on these little tiny roads
Yeah.
that only have room for one car, and
it's
then
Wild
they
West out
basically
there.
That
go
sounds
off
fun.
road, and you have to like zoom past. Like the driving was insane. The bars, overrated.
They were fun.
Yeah, but they like. You want a whiskey neat? Yes. You want a beer? Yes.
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
you can go there and have a great time and see all the positives, or you can go there and be like, "Meh, this is
Okay.
just okay."
All
But
right.
you could have a good time.
But people are cool.
Yeah,
People are nice there.
Yeah.
people are friendly there.
Yes. Dublin was kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good to know. Sorry for do you think we have Irish listeners? We
Yeah.
have to, right?
I'm sure. I mean, they're very prideful people.
Yeah. It's great. Sorry to everyone.
Oh boy, I'm going to totally get nailed on this podcast.
I was gonna.
We might have to cut some of my tourist part out.
No, it's fine.
No, I don't think that was
I
offensive.
already get enough hate.
People know who we are at this point.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting.
I mean, here's my take on Ireland. I got there. I hadn't slept on the plane. I immediately went into a bachelor party mode and was out. We did like Dublin first, and it was just nonstop. And then we went out to the countryside to where Meg's sister-in-law and Ryan were getting married. And it was like a country club kind of situation, but like it was just out there.
Yeah.
And
Are there trees in that country?
oh, lots of trees.
Lots of trees.
I just imagine it's just fields.
It's rolling grass and trees and
Okay.
It sort of looks like when you go up to Phoenix, Maryland here. And I was like kidding
that's
about
actually-
New Jersey, but like
That's actually kind of nice.
the
Maybe-
nice parts of New Jersey are like that. But it was like just chilly enough and just rainy enough that you weren't like,
Yeah.
hey, let's hang out outside all day. And then, we were drinking nonstop. So it was kind of exhausting. But
Okay.
on that trip between the London, Paris, and
Ireland.
I would say I love London the best.
It's Ireland.
It looks like my family's farm. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. It looks exactly like where
Pretty
I
much.
was
That's
last
probably
week.
why you wouldn't be that excited to go there.
Okay.
But I liked London the best,
Chasing lambs.
London.
Paris,
London. Yeah.
and then
Man, you really are just chasing lambs down the road.
I think they're called sheep.
Yeah, sheep. Whatever.
You would say that.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was a little pun for you.
You would say that.
Yeah.
EWE.
I do love that you're taking pictures of sheep and livestock.
Wait, are these your own photos?
Yeah.
As if that's also not a thing that you could just drive 10 minutes down the
Here,
road
yeah.
to see. But
Yeah, but these
Yeah, but
guys
they
were
had-
these guys were
dude,
crazy.
these sheep look fast.
They
And
were
had-
fast.
They look like a combination. Are you sure they're not?
Let me see it. I
Are
don't
you sure they're
remember
not
this.
a sheepdog?
Oh yeah,
Is that a sheepdog? Because it looks like a dog the way they're running.
yeah. And who lets their sheep just roam all over the country?
Everyone in Ireland.
Are you allowed to sheep nap there? Like just to pick one up and drive
I'm
it?
sure you get in trouble for that.
Yeah, I feel like people are
You
probably.
think they're microchipped?
Yeah.
I think that they're just like,
Dude, they're probably cloning them no one knows what's going on over there. They're probably just cloning those sheep. Probably all
feeding them Guinness.
Probably just saw the same sheep 50 times. Yeah.
All right, final check-in. The other thing that really motivates me with running is I love being part of what's going on. Whether it's, fun runs with groups of friends, group runs with crews, running races, just being part of this stuff. Like, I want to be able to continue to do this. I want to be part of the party as long as I can. And so staying in shape and doing the work, even when I don't feel like doing it, that helps me stay in the game. So sometimes when you're not feeling it, do it anyway. That way, when you are feeling it, you'll be ready to go.
Okay, another sponsor of today's podcast is Cheribundi. You love this stuff. Robbie loves this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
for
trying
sure.
to get that anti-inflammatory benefits is what I'm going for here.
Yeah, so they reduce inflammation, helps you sleep better and recover faster.
Especially the one that has the melatonin in it.
Yeah, so that one's obviously great for sleep. I know we just got some of the bottles, which you love.
I do. It makes it easy.
Put a bunch in the fridge, so drink that when you get home. And then also they have the pouches that you can put in the freezer and have like a popsicle after a hot run, which is
Yeah.
pretty nice.
I mean, it's the best thing after a hot summer run, for sure.
So
Do you think your kids would like it?
That's a good question. I tried to give them one. I was going to give them one yesterday, I think, but I forgot to.
I'm curious because it's a little tart.
Yeah.
Megan
it might be a little
Featherston said
too
her
sweet.
kids love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
I mean,
probably eat
I
all
would
sorts
think
of
they
good
would.
stuff, though. They're probably
Yeah.
used to eating spinach.
No, it tastes amazing.
All right.
So if you want to get some, you can use the promo code THEDROP. Just go to cheribundi.com and that'll save you 20%.
This week, let's talk about the On Cloudrunner 2, which I didn't realize was a stability shoe.
What is it?
Yeah.
That's what Megan's saying.
Well, so I made the mistake of so when I was posting the photos or the unboxing, whatever I posted this past week.
Yeah.
I think it was photos.
Yeah. No, it was not unboxing.
Yeah, we haven't taken photos yet.
I was in Charleston, so I just Googled the shoe to get the stats, and I went to Running Warehouse, which I'm on right now, On Cloudrunner 2, and it says it has a stability, or it says it has a speed board in it.
Oh, yeah, it does.
But it turns out it does not. I hadn't put it on, so I didn't know.
I
But
have my miles in it already.
But so I guess it used to have a speed board in it. Now it's gone, but it still is a stability shoe, which they're saying they're doing from
the heel clip.
Yeah, and the foam that's a little firmer.
I mean, it felt totally neutral to me. So if this is stability, I would think it's one of the best stability shoes out there, just because it doesn't feel obtrusive. Like it feels pretty,
Like nice.
pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last version had the speed board.
Which you would think they would keep for the stability piece of it, but I guess they're suggesting it's not necessary.
I mean,
I don't think originally this shoe was. I don't think they pitched this as a stability shoe.
I don't remember
They
that.
definitely didn't.
The gray one that we had.
It's this one because I reviewed this shoe before.
Oh no, I didn't. Get
And the first version of it, and it was definitely not pitched that way because none of the reviewers in the review mentioned it as a stability shoe. And I would have ceded it to the stability reviewers.
All right, it is. I really enjoy it, and I was talking to Jared about it because he's been running in it as well. It's a really nice, neutral, no frills trainer. Like it doesn't feel like, you know how now you've got plates and you've got high stack and you've got all that. It just feels like your basic trainer, but it's really comfortable underfoot. Feels light on the foot.
It was my first. I ran it this morning for the first time, and I agree. It's really light. Like it feels.
Like I haven't weighed it, but it feels
It's
light on
got
the
to be.
foot.
But so like if this isn't, I mean, according to On's website, it is meant for stability. But if it wasn't, what's the difference between this and like the Cloud Surfer?
I honestly, so
The Cloud Surfer is definitely
Softer?
softer
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
and squishier. This is like this feels like what I was hoping the Peg would feel like. Like this is just a really good daily trainer.
yeah, it's also for sure wider. It's definitely high volume upper. Did you? Because I felt.
I mean, you
there's-
can see here's my lacing. I kind of cinched it up, but it worked.
Yeah, but there's a lot of there's a decent amount of room. Not like the Cloud Monster, but
I felt like this fit so much better. Like I didn't.
oh, it
feel
definitely
that.
feels better. But I'm just saying it's not that same narrow like fit of say even the Cloud Monster Hyper. I feel like is a little more narrow.
Really, I love a narrow shoe. This one felt like it fit really well. So I put on.
Interesting.
I've got close to 30 miles on it, and I'm trying to think of what my only complaint would be. And other than it's not the most exciting shoe.
yeah.
It's a really like the upper is solid. Oh, I know what it is. The tongue on the one shoe slides to the side for me.
I did notice that on my run a little bit.
It's not gusseted, I take it.
No, but actually it is.
Oh,
Really?
And it still slides
I kinda
around?
felt that too, which is interesting.
If you looked at my other one, it's like it slides to the side. I thought the upper fit well. If anything, I do think the On shoes, the heel collar is a little low, and I would almost like it a little higher. But like as far as being a stability shoe, I didn't even think about it being a stability shoe. It just ran really nice neutral. So if you are someone who needs stability and you try this, love to hear what you think.
I don't know. I mean, it says, I don't know that it's a stability shoe. It just says stable, a
think
supportive feel for added stability, suitable for runners of any. I think it might just be that more wider platform, maybe.
And the heel clip.
And the, yeah, but I think all their shoes, don't all their shoes have that heel clip?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. It's nice. It feels like you said, like a,
So it's like a firmer Cloud Surfer.
like a responsive. Is that what you think of when you think of responsive, or maybe not? Maybe
It just,
a little
the
more.
cushioning was nice. It's dialed in perfectly, I think. It's not too soft, not too firm. And it feels like a no frills basic daily trainer.
Yeah,
Like,
that's accurate.
what's the price point on it?
150.
Yeah, so it's right there. I think that's, I mean, right now, it used to be like 120 for shoes like this.
Dude, everyone ups their shoe prices by $10. No one ever does a $5. It always goes up 10.
Yeah.
You're right.
Never like 120, 125.
145, yeah.
Like 130.
Everyone jumps
Maybe they think
10.
they're just thinking, oh, that will fool them. Like, was it 120 last time? No, it's 130.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah. But, and I guess you're paying a little bit of a premium for the On branding.
Dude, it looks amazing.
I was going to say, it looks really nice.
It's probably the nicest, like the cleanest looking
Yeah.
running shoe I've seen in some time.
For real?
I'm a sucker for On in general for their designs.
Yeah,
but,
same.
But the white with the green is like, and gold laces is like right in my heart.
Yeah. They do. The aesthetic of Ons is just amazing.
When we first got it, I was so happy when we opened the box because I saw Jared's pair was all black. And I was like, I don't want an all black shoe.
Right.
Although now I'm kind of swinging. We just got the Diodora Cellula and that's all black. And I was running it this morning. I was
Yeah,
like,
but you
loved
know
it.
what the difference is? The midsole is light.
That's
and
right.
that makes the shoe look so much better.
Well-
A black midsole looks terrible to
Right.
me.
But it has, I think what I like about the Cellula, it has the off-white. It's
Yeah,
like a
right, like a
cream,
bone or cream, yeah.
And this shoe has some of that.
I thought you said boner cream for a second. I was like, what? Dude, that comes with the shoe? Is that why it's $180?
That was only in Thomas's shoebox.
I pay more. I pay more for that. Oh boy, I would love
okay.
some.
We can make that happen. Dude, if we can get Jazzercise, we can get boner
We can't
cream
get
too.
Jazzercise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
that's right.
paid for that.
Geez, I told you. I already told you.
Retail.
Herm's already got.
Are you guys
pack.
gonna
I need
do
to check in with him
a
and
joint
see.
review on it
We should. I need to check in on
when he
it.
comes down here?
Yeah.
See how it's working for him? See how the
I
classes
hate
are
to
going?
think of what my face would look like if I hadn't been Jazzercised because it's
The exact same.
it's falling
You
apart.
would look like a Michael Myers mask.
Yeah, it's falling apart, and I'm just like, thank God for the
Yeah.
Jazzercise.
Oh, jeez.
But is it like Ozempic where if you stop taking it, you're just gonna go back to your normal state?
Okay, so you know what the crazy thing is about Ozempic is?
What?
They're starting to do studies on it, and they're saying that in a normal weight loss, you lose fat
Yeah.
and a little bit of lean muscle mass. Mm-hmm. They're saying the Ozempic is the reverse. You're losing a lot of.
Is that
lean-
for real?
This is just one.
I saw one post about it that said that, so I will take that with a grain of salt.
I don't care. And you did an episode on that.
Yeah.
Fuel for the Soul.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. There's always a trade-off. If
100%.
If something's going to be that magical, there's going to be a trade-off that's equally bad on the other side.
But right now, the argument is what's worse,
being overweight.
being overweight and potentially dying of heart disease or something, or taking Ozempic and dying of whatever that causes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
It's
like
a
that's
fifth-
such
it's
a
a gamble.
small segment of the population, and a lot of people taking it aren't.
Oh, 100%.
Going
It's,
to die.
it's
But
also-
going to be abused.
when
Like
we
it
talk
is.
about that trade-off where you're like, okay, it's bad to be diabetic, so take Ozempic. No. I probably get in trouble for
I
this
know what
one,
you're
too.
saying.
I'm going to say exercise.
But I'm saying, in there is, sure, yeah, that's the whole point of miracle drugs is that it's going to help the people that it's meant to help.
Right.
But there's going to be a large portion of the population who takes the whatever is the easiest thing to take.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
for sure.
okay, so here's an example. I think that celebrities, for the most part, have the means in which they could get personal training. They could get dietitian, all that stuff. So Kelly Clarkson says, hey, I've tried all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
None of it worked. Ozempic's working for me.
Yeah.
Or whatever, which one she's
Right.
taking. And so they put it up on the TV and they talk about it. And for a long time before she admitted that she was taking the drugs, she was like, oh, I've just been doing walks and stuff. My question is, I understand not everybody is going to lose weight through exercise
Right.
alone. But is it like, this is a part, like, if you're not changing your habits, so how much you eat,
Right.
how much you exercise and that stuff, doesn't that have to sort of help? Am I being naive?
No, I mean, well, I also think a lot of times it's like you said, it's just a lot of times when depending what doctor it is too, like, or just what the person wants, it's going to be like they'll just prescribe something first.
Yeah.
The easy, again, like I said, it's the easiest solution to a problem, which I'm not saying that there's not a place for it or whatever, but I think, and not even with this drug, I mean, a lot of drugs or other things. It's like, I mean, even for depression and anxiety and stuff like that, there's a lot of good in just taking walks, you know? But like, if you ever go to not ever, but like the first response is just like, here's a prescription, you know, instead of being like, let's talk about what does your whole life look like and what's going, there's no holistic response.
The weird thing is
to it.
I've known people that have been on medication for years, probably 30 years, and for depression or whatever. And I'm like, if the drug's not working for 30 years, you got to take it. Like you're basically signing up for the rest of your life to be on it. And then you see commercial on TV. It's like, if your antidepressant isn't working, take this extra antidepressant.
And you just have a whole cocktail.
It's like, where does it end? And the thing is about that, it's like, again, I'm sure that there are special cases where people have chemical imbalance or something like that, where it really is necessary. But I would venture to say that a lot of people that are on these drugs, and the kids on Ritalin or whatever, it's not necessarily, it's like, it should be a last resort. And it's almost like a first resort.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. No, I was listening to this podcast about somebody who just wrote a book. I forget what it's called, but I think he takes Ozempic currently still, but he said that I think he's a writer for Hollywood. And during the pandemic, he was trying to work out and stuff and like didn't lose much weight. And he goes, and he just assumed like everybody's in the same boat as him. And he goes to this Hollywood party and he gets there and everybody's like looks amazing. And he's like, what is happening? Cause he hadn't seen anyone in a while. And someone's like, seriously? Like, you don't know? And like, they're like, yeah, they're all taking Ozempic. And eventually he started taking it as well. And he's like, it is a miracle drug if you want to lose a ton of weight. And he had, I think, tried a bunch of stuff. And
some people eat through it.
Some people what?
Have been able to eat through it.
What do you mean?
Like the way it works is it
suppresses
some of it suppresses your appetite.
Yeah.
Some of it does some other thing. But some people have been able to continue to gain weight while on it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
it's sort of like
help.
You probably know people that exercise quite a bit who are still
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, how do we get talking about that?
How do we get on any of these topics? It just gets crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it is, I don't even know what to say.
I'm going to do a 180 here and change topics before we go. I want to remind everyone that we will be in New York in 2 weeks on the 13th for an A6 event. It's going to be the kickoff of a tour. So we'll have more details. We're likely going to do a live Feel for the Soul podcast. We'll have more details on all of that. And if you are a local and you're in Baltimore on Global Running Day, we are hosting a big fun event with Brooks and Charm City Run in Patterson Park. Gooder, we're going to be handing out Gooder sunglasses, Brooks hats, and it's basically a race between
crews, but you can also do it independently. Like you don't need to be part of a run crew to do it. It's just going to be, there's a 1 mile loop. There's going to be music. There's going to be food trucks. We're going to do it's basically a celebration of running and just to be there. If you join one of the groups, it's fun because the winners are going to get trophies and it's supposed to be displayed in the local Charm City Run. So we're hoping to have one of our run clubs represented in the store for a year. Yeah, so that is Wednesday, June 5th. The run will begin at 6:30. Everyone is going to get there around 5:30 to get bibs on and everything and get hats and gooders, and it'll be a really good time. Yeah, and I feel like I've got to apologize to both the French and the Irish. You've got a wonderful countries, both of you guys. We love you a ton. Yeah. Can't wait to visit. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Nope. All right. Hi, Ma.